Good morning, Aries Taurus cuspers. Welcome to Wildflower Garden Tarot. This is my other pretty tat, my beautiful Courtney Love, who has decided to help us today. So for happy Mercury retrograde. You know what? And Mercury retrograde, just be aware that, it does have an effect on people. I mean, people generally acknowledge the moon's effect on us, but Mercury, when it's in retrograde, it does have an effect on us. And personally, I notice, no matter when, what house Mercury is in when it's in retrograde, the effect it has on me is bringing up shit from the past that I haven't dealt with. And while that's really uncomfortable and often unpleasant and incredibly random. Okay, this morning I was frying eggs for my kid for breakfast. And this horrible memory. And I'm like, what the heck was that for? But then it's no, you know what? I acknowledge this. I survived this. I release you. So, with that being said, okay, so I'm an Aries Taurus cusp myself. So, I mean, this reading is as much for you, or as much for me as it is for you. And, I mean, so I've pulled the runes for us first and made some notes. And, excuse me, because I'm new, I'm learning, I'm still learning these runes. So, I really go through each one. This is a good learning experience for me, but it's important if you're going to use runes. I'm finding that intuitively it will tell you what you need. And I'm finding that the runes have so much depth to them. And that the runes, more than tarot cards, encourage us to not just talk about the karmic or what's going on with other people, but encourage us to explore on what's going on with ourselves. Okay, so so you know how I said Mercury retrograde is bringing up shit from the past that we had forgotten about. It's also reminding us that many of us have things that we haven't healed from, that we've just stuffed in the past, but that are still subconsciously affecting us. So the first rune that I came up with is Kinaz. Kinaz is like a torch, like fire. And Kinaz is about the more you know, the more knowledge is power. Okay? Knowledge is power. And knowledge isn't just book knowledge. Knowledge is also about knowledge of yourself. Okay? And it is important. Now, this is really interesting because the runes really apply to the aspects of both Aries and Taurus, right? So Kinaz is fire. And fire is good if it's controlled. So Kinaz kind of embraces that. It's controlled fire. It's a torch. It's a light. It's sunlight sometimes. You're walking through darkness and it's dark until you bring the torch into it, and all of a sudden it's oh, there's this light. It is a rune that says that this is a time of recollection. Again, Mercury retrograde, bringing things, from the past forward. Yeah. And it's interesting because it comes out with Nazis. And Northeast is, I think it's kind of funny because this one guy that I listened to about the runes is like, it's easy to remember because it's like, not this. Oh God. Northeast is a time in your life of lessons. And while nobody, like everybody's like, yeah, that's good, but not today. No, this is like, no, this is where you are now. Learning lessons. But you can't grow. You can't, they're important. They're necessary lessons. They're, again, it's, your past is coming up. It always appears when you're in times of doubt. And, it just feels like you see what you want to do, but there's a block in the way. And you need to figure your way around that block or try to understand that block. Often the block is of our own making. We have acted impulsively or, Aries is like hot and cold, right? It's like we've acted impulsively, or the bulls in us have pushed through, and maybe sometimes it's of our own making. But when this comes up, when Nazis comes up, it is time for us to acknowledge these things that are coming from the past. These things that are being revealed by the torch. And be brave. And address them. That's scary. Because that's the things like, no, I don't want that. I'm just going to shove that back in the closet. The universe, God, spirit, whatever, is going to intensify that pressure. Now, this is telling you, deal with this now. Be brave. Deal with this now. Or the pressure will increase until you deal with it. And the next rune that comes up is Tiawaz. There we go. Tiawaz, just in general, is sacrifice for the greater good. But this tells us that, yeah, we're spiritual. We're wise. And we're fair. And sometimes the thing, Spirit is just saying, sometimes the thing that is our block is that what we want would maybe involve pain to somebody else. And so we're backing off. It's like, you know what? No, I'm not going to even go there, because even though I want that, that would mean somebody else would be hurt or something. It's something. It's our moral compass is like super strong, and so then we retreat. But it's still, we still yearn for that. And Tiawaz comes, it comes when we're struggling, maybe, with a moral question. Or with our, like, what kind of person am I at this stage of my life? Or the memories coming up are memories of when you weren't the best person, or you didn't make great choices. And now you're looking back on that with I can't believe I did that. And then, just release that, because acknowledge that people grow. Right? But the last one is Uterus, which is a bull. So we have fire and bull. We have, our energies are represented in these runes, which is super cool. But it also is life force. Very strong life force. So like dealing with this past, finding out who we are, taking pride in our strong moral compass. That we just go around taking things, taking people, that don't belong to us, but because Uterus is free will. Free will is great, But free will is destructive too if you don't have this strong moral compass. Partially, the strong moral compass maybe comes from knowing what it's like to be hurt. Having empathy. Empathy is even stronger when you understand the pain of others, right? But Ura is telling you when it comes to you, and it's come at the end of this line. When Ura comes to you, it is telling you that a phase of your life has ended, which is good news, right? Because here we are dealing with all these things, and now that is over, and we need to be prepared for, we need to be prepared, see there's my little notes, we need to be prepared for a new life, a new beginning, something bright, something strong. Whereas the bulls means that we've gotten control, right? Like, they're not wild anymore. We have harnessed them so that they're not just wild bulls like rampaging all over the place. We've harnessed them. We've harnessed these parts of ourselves. It's the difference between, my mom would say to me, you are so stubborn. It wasn't a compliment, right? And I would say, you know what? I'm determined. Looking back, it's like, yeah, I was pretty stubborn about a lot of things. There's a difference. So, like, at this time of our life, with the life lessons that we have, and that we're learning from this, and we're developing this stronger moral character, it's time for us to really look at stubborn versus determined. Stubborn means, fuck you, I'm just going to go ahead. I'm just going to do this. Determined is, I'm going to wait and see what's right for me, and then I'm going to work hard to manifest and achieve my goals. It's a difference. One's destructive, one's constructive. So, I'm using, as I will for all the readings in this Mercury retrograde time, the Golden Tarot of the Renaissance. I'm not going to take anything because I'm not really, which is really beautiful. And I will clarify with Everyday Tarot, and if I need to, I will clarify further with Tattoo Tarot. And I'm just kind of keeping to the decks. I just decided to do that for consistency, and I'm not taking reversals because I just didn't feel like that was working for me. Because I question reversals in the shuffling process. There we go. So those has come on. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So where are we at, Aries Taurus? We're at a new beginning. Just like Buddha says, we're at a new beginning. Creative new beginning. We're getting, look at, like, when you're up high in the tree and you've got a new perspective on things. And with that perspective, you can go ahead. The sun will shine. And please forgive me, like, part of the, this is a brand new deck, and I'm learning it. And it is very, very different. It has a real sense of Renaissance sensibility. Yeah, beginning of an undertaking. Insemination, like some of you might be like getting pregnant or having a baby. With tempering, which is just what these runes was. Tempering, Aries with Taurus. Tempering fire and earth. Controlling both of those really strong elements. Look at how peaceful she looks though doing it. Because we have a Five of Wands here. Is that there's been some conflict, I think. Yeah. Things have been uncovered. Right? Things have been uncovered. And you're looking, Spirit just said looking back. You're looking back and things have been uncovered. Okay. So, where are we going? What's coming? Like what? Spirit. Okay. What's being uncovered? Spirit. I'm finding now that if Spirit doesn't like my question, it'll Fool. What's being uncovered, Spirit? Fool. You've never just gone for it. You've always but when you have, I'm just going to look this up. You've kind of got bit in the ass. Yeah, nice. So it's time to, we've been through this really heavy energy. So it's time, to start fresh. But to have, it's really been a while. At least for me, it's been a bit. It's been a bit of just ugh. And kind of almost worried about things, worried to trust things because it's got bit in the ass. But, okay. Going forward, Aries and Taurus. Aries, Taurus, cusp, Spirit. Going forward. So this tells us to kind of have this childish, to be more childish, more carefree. We've done our work. We've done our time. Now we need to look at the world with a new beginning, with fresh eyes, with the innocence of a child. Okay, that's so many cards. But there was a 3 of Cups there. I just don't take them if there's 10. If they're meant to come out individually, they will. Okay. Going forward, Aries, Taurus. Uterus. Tell us about the uterus. Ooh. Ah, see? Hierophant. So, yeah, relief. Relief and patience. Some of you maybe, even going into tarot and rune is an embracement of tradition. It might be new to you, but they're both really ancient practices. This is in this deck. Look at how pretty they are. That you're entering a time of relief. You've learned the lessons you've needed to learn. Okay. See, that's so many. I don't know why Spirit is doing that, but okay. They just said maybe do a shuffle. There's the Ace of Wands on the bottom. Now keep in mind, tarot is, sometimes it'll give you aspects of the future, but just like in these runes, we have free will. So there's no such thing as a fortune teller. I'm just going to flat out say that. There's suggestions of where your life can go. Okay. What are we looking forward to? Some guidance for... Oh, what was that? The Emperor. Tried to sneak out, but he went back in, so I'm not going to take it. Okay, some guidance. Maybe I should have taken it. Some guidance for Aries, Taurus going forward. Come on. Ooh, there we go. We got quite a bit of wand energy here. Wow. Some guidance for you, for us going forward, is the Queen of Wands. And the 10 of Wands. So, the Queen of Wands in this deck is a creative, this kind of studious single woman, I think, in this deck. Single woman. Mature woman. Yeah. And of course, the releasing the past. You've come to the end of this road. Uterus, there will be a change for you. Divine Masculine. What will the change be? See, it just is like there's so much going on under the surface in the subconscious. But it's come to the end of that. There's a Knight of Chalices on the bottom. I said to take it. Okay. Okay. So, going forward, Knight of Chalices, like what's coming in? New changes, new beginnings. Can we clarify this? Ace of Wands and the Knight of Chalices. See, there's a whole bunch of here too, but they said to take these ones. Ugh. Okay, like lots. Oh, there's only 4. Okay. So to move forward, these are really interesting. Like, okay, here is the 9 of Swords. This just like, you know what, because with Mercury retrograde, with this stuff going on, it does feel like your head is going to blow right off your shoulders, right? Like that's anxiety. Hello, anxiety. So we have anxiety, and then we have the Queen of Chalices, and look at, she has this knight here, but he's chained to her. The Queen of Cups is traditionally a very intuitive, spiritual woman, abundant woman, sometimes a psychic woman. And this masculine is bowing before her, chained. But the crown on her head is almost like it's shining, like she's receiving intuition, I think. See, and then that's followed by the 10 of Swords. So we got the 9 and the 10 of Swords. So coming to the end of the cycle. But there's an 8 of Swords and there's a beheading. Like, there's a lot going on here. Okay. Again, a lot of Swords. So a lot of mind, a lot of stuff going on in our heads. Right? Yeah. Suffering, despair. Mental despair. Idealism. The end of this despair cycle. Resolution of a problem. Oh, karma. Okay. So upcoming, I think that we can expect that we're still in our heads, we haven't got to Uras yet. Like, we're still a little bit in Tiawas and Nazis. And, you know, what's going on in our heads is just like shitty. But we're learning to overcome this. We're learning to, you know, embrace this high moral compass and come to the end of this cycle, to claim victory over this and accept karma. So some of the things that we've been through may have been from bad choices that we've made, but also know that karma is about to be served to others who have really caused you grief. Okay, so what's next? Seven of Cups. And the Queen of Pentacles. So we have Queen of Cups and Queen of Pentacles. We have 4 queens here. Do we? No. 3 queens so far. We have the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Cups, and now the Queen of Pentacles. So, in this, what doesn't kill us makes us stronger. Knowledge is power is very much a Queen of Cups energy. Queen of Pentacles is just like the boss. Things are coming in. The 7 of Cups in this one are like these amazing choices. Revelations. Creativity. Supernatural blessings. So how this said that this is karma, you might have had to suffer a little bit of consequences, but ultimately your moral compass has been high. And the universe, the creator, has seen you. Oh, that's what Spirit's saying. The universe creator has seen your sacrifice for the greater good. And he's like, you know what? I won't take those cups because those cups, if I take them, it means they're being taken away from somebody else. So the universe is like, you know what? No, you're a fucking queen now. Right? Like, you've overcome this. You didn't just wallow in self-pity. You were brave. You look back and it's like, I got this. You look back. You were brave. Just like Tia Was says. You were brave. And now the blessings are there. Okay, let's talk about the blessings, Spirit. What are the blessings for us? Like, I know that this is a tough reading. I'm not going to just tell you, oh, everything's good. You know, you don't need to have morals. And, you know, if you want that, there's other readers that'll do that. I mean, what we need to hear isn't always what we want to hear. So 5 of Pentacles means that we're going to, like, what's coming up for us. Yeah. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. So we're going to come through this time of feeling lack. Even though we've been feeling lack, the universe has had our back. You know, we've been close to the edge, but the universe always provides for us in the end. Right? The 5 of Pentacles in the traditional deck shows outside in the storm and boo-hooing, you know, and pushing against the storm and not even looking up to notice that there's a church there, that there's salvation there for them. And that's a little bit of what this is, but we've pushed through it. To this 3 of Cups energy. Our manifestations have come true. This is so different than the different decks. So please don't say, well, no, that's not what the 3... This is what, like, yeah. Look at the cups. What the 3 of Cups are. See, there's a person praying. What you've manifested is coming forward, including heart, connection to spirit, grounding, judgment, another card of karma. What you've been manifesting and hoping for is coming through. Okay. Yeah, reawakening, healing. Okay. And look at who's coming in. The Emperor. Do you have anything to say about the Emperor? This reading's getting to be quite long. But it's a cusp. I mean, we've got a lot going on. What's going... Oh. Strength on the bottom. I don't know if I'll take it. The Emperor's coming in. Can you tell us anything about this? I mean... He needs a woman who's developed all these qualities, right? Older woman. I think, you know, this is applying to the energy of an older feminine spirit. This is no teenager here. Like, I mean, I'm going to be 55 here pretty soon, so I'm not old, but I'm older. I've been around the block, right? This is a reading for people who've been around the block. Yeah. Moving forward, Two of Wands. I think you know this Emperor's out there, but you're not sure if you're ready for that. Okay, what else do we have to say about that? I don't even have a question, Spirit. What else do we have to say about that? For Aries and Taurus, what are we looking forward to here with this? Is this Emperor a good decision? Just be patient with me, because sometimes I feel like, sometimes I have Spirit talking to me at the same time, and the messages kind of come in so quickly. The messages come in so quickly that, yeah, this is all you need to know now. So, even if things are hard and you feel stalled, and, you know, you've got all these messages coming in from the past, just hold on to this strong moral character. You know, the things that you're wishing for, you have accepted that you maybe will never have because of your high moral character. And, you know, that can make you feel so stuck and frustrated, right? But, but right now, like, everything is changing. Yeah, there's going to be this sudden burst of power. Karma. You know, it's really interesting, Aries Taurus, because while, like, I think a lot all the time. And so, again, while I was still making breakfast, I was thinking about Mercury retrograde and karma. And it's like, people always think about karma for somebody else, right? Like, you'll see, it's like, well, their karma, like, is going to be shit, or, you know. But karma, like, our own karma is coming in, too. While you may have made some mistakes in the past and have had to pay the price, a lot of that price is just you looking back with a different moral, like, you know, with higher, a more highly developed morality, which has come from experience and age. So a lot of that karma is looking back on these memories that are popping up with, like, oh my God, right? And then forgiving ourselves and moving on. But the runes of the cards are saying the things you wanted, you've given up for the greater good. And you've just accepted that. But don't fear. Don't worry, because the universe and God have seen this. And they're not going to just let you dwindle away. Your karma is coming in, and it's probably going to come in fairly quickly. And when it comes in, it's going to be all of a sudden. The past is done. It's time to close that book, open a new book. And it looks exciting. It looks exciting. And it looks like, wow, like you have leveled up. You got 3 queens there. The only queen that you don't have from this deck is the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is a little bit of a nasty bitch in this one. She is ready to kind of cut people's head off. I'm not so sure the Queen of Swords in this deck has the high moral compass that is indicated from the runes. So, Aries Taurus, every blessing, including to myself. So, you know, have a great Mercury retrograde. Be brave. Be brave, and you are going to be blessed.